Hello, everyone. So today we are kind of touching upon some of the themes that have been coming through. It's very interesting because I have not been able to connect to these frequencies until I started working with my clients who are meant to connect with these frequencies. And now all of a sudden I'm connecting to them too. So we have been connecting to the Galactic Alliance, the Galactic Federation, the Council of Light, the Council of One. Um, and a lot of galactic energy has been in my space because I have been activating my client who is meant to be in the galactic sphere. Now, I wanted to bring through some of the messages that have been coming through from the Galactic Alliance because it was resonating for me as well. And I know a lot of people who are in the transition will resonate with this. For my personal experience, I shifted from a healer into an activator, and I've always been an activator, but the identity piece plays a really big role. And the reason why the identity piece played a big role is because our consciousness can operate at the level of awareness that we are at from the filters in our mind. And so, if our mind filters are still operating out of old beliefs and old thoughts about who we are and what we're here to do, then the reality isn't going to reflect what we know from a conscious, energetic level. So, as this awareness is dropping into my body, and the more that I am staying present with this in the present moment, allowing the language to shift and change. And you'll notice this now that as I share more in my newsletters, in my videos, you're going to notice that we have a way of saying more higher frequency and spiritual concepts that I can actually articulate. And the reason why I can articulate it is because my brain has become accustomed to it and has fully landed in the body. It has fully become embodied. So what they have been saying is that our awareness is very fast moving. So our energy field is moving extremely fast. And this is why our physical body is more dense, it's more slow, it takes time to integrate. When we are getting these huge downloads and huge activations, we are tired, we are fatigued, it takes a toll on our physical bodies. We actually need to rest in order for this awareness to drop in and to fully integrate, so that when we do show up more embodied in what has landed within us, it actually translates much better into our reality, into our experience, and into the way that we like speak, talk, and do the actions that we do every single day. Now, with that said, one of the most important messages that came through was that our language is not what the other person receives. And I think this can go back to light language, for example. So when we practice using light language or light codes, we are actually receiving downloads that our higher consciousness and our higher awareness knows, but our conscious mind may not be able to translate, and it's not meant to. It's supposed to activate us on a soul level. So, a lot of the words that you're hearing from me right now, you will not be receiving the words specifically. You will actually be receiving the frequencies attached to what I am transmitting to you. And the reason why they brought this up was because when I was in my integration phase, I was afraid to share some of the knowledge that I had and some of the awarenesses that came through because I felt like I could not articulate it well enough for the audience to understand. But I think even just sharing your own experience of what it feels like to go through that experience and articulating it in a way that makes sense to you, the frequency itself is still being received by the other person. So right now you're receiving a frequency transmission of the transformation that I've went through. And that is what you feel at a soul level. perhaps you don't understand a lot of the words that I'm saying to you, which is perfectly okay. And they are saying that's okay. So if you are a healer and you are a channel and you feel like you don't speak the same spiritual jargon as all these other spiritual practitioners, you're not inhibited from sharing your gifts because of that. Okay. And on top of what was already presented about sharing your voice as it is, this goes back to this understanding of ourselves that we are infinite expressions of source, meaning that our unique expression is still perfect as it is. Like our experience is perfect in the moment as it is. We are always in resonance with those who resonate with us with where we are in our level of consciousness. And we will always have people who are in higher consciousness above us, and we will always have people who are in lower consciousness below us. And we are on a spectrum of consciousness. So wherever you are, you can still be of service. And that is the most important thing that they wanted to really kind of express, because that has been one of the biggest themes in my experience was I was afraid to really speak up about my like what I had because I didn't quite understand what I was going through. But my clients were completely open to whatever was channeled through, even when I did not know I was an activator. I called myself a healer. And whatever I was sharing in the moment were some of the experiences that I was going through that I was healing. And they were interested in what I was healing because what I healed is what they were looking to heal themselves. And through the healing process, I just surrendered to what the higher guidance wants to come forth. And a lot of what came forth wasn't quote unquote healing things that came forth. It was higher consciousness activations that came forth. And through the higher consciousness activations that they've experienced, actually healed them from a higher soul level. So it cleared a lot more than what we were expecting to clear. I could have said like it came from childhood if you're experiencing this stuff because it came from my childhood, but that's not the case for other people. For other people, it could be a galactic trauma. It could be a ancestral thing, right? And then perhaps one of the things that I did recently was one of my clients asked if she had this intention, and I've been seeing this happening a lot, is they have an intention to heal something. Instead of healing it for them, I activate their spiritual gift. And I activate their spiritual gift that has everything to do with what they're trying to heal, and they actually learn how to heal themselves. So, I'll give you a really good example. So one of my clients, she was coming to me with something like in relationship that was triggering her, and then there was like an entity in her home, and like she was hearing noise and stuff, and so she knew there must be a lingering ghost in her house. And she was experiencing like something very triggering, like this emotion that triggered a lot of anger. And so it was three separate occasions, and we were going to sit down and I was going to heal her. But instead of healing her, what came through was that I taught her how to connect to the angels. And that's one of her spiritual gifts, is she can call upon the angels. And then I walked her through how to ask the angels to heal each thing. And I just held space for her as I guided her to work with the angels to heal herself. And from then on, she just healed a lot of things herself. She just asked the angels for help in healing. She cleared the entity, she cleared the relationship, she cleared she was able to locate the anger and clear the anger with the help of the different angels, right? And so that's one example. Another example was I had a client who had a lot of uh, physical body ailments, and therefore diet was very important, right? And she came to me presented with a lot of physical ailments and how to heal herself. And what came through was we connected her with her ability, her gift as an earth fairy to be able to recognize the energies in food, right? And it was almost like they were showing me like an ancient book of recipes or ancient book of like medicinal qualities of plants and vegetables and certain foods. And she started getting downloads of recipes and how it can be used. And maybe you can infuse this in tea and you could put this in stir fry. And so her activation, her gift activation was to be able to use food to heal the body and to understand the medicinal qualities of the food to heal herself. And her guides were literally giving her the recipes she can use to infuse in the food in her day to day. So this is the difference between healing and activating, is that healing, I'm here repairing some of the things in your energetic field. However, with activations, I'm actually empowering you to receive the codes that are already within you so that you can heal yourself, right? And this is really important as they're coming through, and I'm just, I'm not in a full channeling state, but I am aware of them. And they're saying this is extremely important for starseeds and lightworkers who are in transition to receive the gifts that they have, to be activated in the gifts that they have, because their gifts and healing themselves is going to help them use their gifts to heal other people. You are here to heal yourself. And therefore, you here healing yourself, you're going to learn how to work with your own energy, and then you are going to use that to heal other people, right? And um, that is one aspect that is coming through. I'm just going to tune in and see if there's anything else that wants to come through. Yes, there is. Where we are collectively, they are saying many of you are going to be looking for that next level of service. Many of you may have practiced certain modalities, and you may have clients, but you are feeling this identity crisis. You are feeling this expansion of consciousness. And because you are feeling this expansion of consciousness, things that you used to know no longer feel familiar. And when they don't feel familiar, you don't exactly know where you're headed. But as you elevate yourself in frequency, you're going to be receiving more gifts. And in higher frequencies, you're able to connect with higher level guidance. You're able to connect with different multidimensional beings that you're meant to work with at those levels. And therefore, many light workers and many star seeds are being activated into their next level of service. And this is very similar to the experience that I was having, where I was just doing healing work. But then, because my consciousness kept expanding and I kept getting activations in my spiritual gifts, it evolved. It evolved, and then I had a complete identity crisis. And where we are collectively, they're saying is that we are attuned um, to the collective now, right? All light workers and healers are attuned to the collective energy. And therefore, a lot of the downloads that we're getting, we are actually serving the collective because it's what the collective needs. And so, therefore, your ascension is what the collective is experiencing. Collectively, we are ascending, we are needing more higher level healers and higher awareness. Because more and more people are waking up, right? And so we need to step up so that we can help the next level step up. And so they can help the next level step up. And that is really the journey of the light worker, is we are always ascending. And they're saying, don't hold on so tightly to where you are. Allow yourself to evolve, allow yourself to transcend, because your evolution is needed. Okay, so your evolution is needed and helping the planet ascend. So you must continue to ascend. Another thing that they are sharing is that energy in the fifth dimensional frequency, in the 5D and the 6D, because it is attuned to collective energy, we are actually stabilizing ourselves emotionally, energetically, internally. We are stabilizing ourselves to experience more peace throughout the day. We are experiencing less volatile emotions and less triggers because we are clearing all of that. So you will see that as you continue to elevate and work on yourself, your day to day will become more balanced, more neutralized. You won't feel charged. And interesting enough, you won't feel as many heightened emotions in either spectrum of either joy or more like heavy, denser emotions. But you will feel a undoubted feeling of bliss from the peacefulness in your life. So, for example, being out in nature, you will experience the sense of bliss and connectedness you feel to everything around you. You will feel that heart opening and connection to the heart coherence of the collective. And what will bring you like really, really deep, elevated levels of joy is to be in connection with others, is to be in service to others. And so that is where we are moving, and to ground yourself. Make sure to ground yourself to be present in the moment. Um, I hope all of that was received. That if you are a light worker and healing, moving through your transition, you're exactly where you need to be. Support is available to you. I have some offers that are currently available. You can click on my website and take a look. And what else is coming through? The biggest message that I want to end with, they're saying, is to give yourself compassion, to give yourself space. Give yourself compassion and space. The energy is what's going to integrate first. So the energy is the most important piece. And as long as you keep doing the energy work, your reality will shift in alignment with the energy that has shifted. So I'm going to leave you there. Connect with me. I have private mentorships available, especially for Starseeds and Lightworkers. We want to get all your gifts activated so that when you move into the next phase of service, you're able to connect and channel through what needs to come through. I will see you in the next episode, and you can follow me. Make sure you subscribe so that you're getting my notifications. And my podcast is now available on Spotify too, so you can connect with me then.